Oil-Dri is a family business in the broadest sense. Not only are the founders and leaders family, but participation by other families is encouraged throughout employee ranks.
I personally think it's a good concept in Oil-Dri. I've always felt that if I've got something to offer to the company, and which I hope I do, then I would hope that we can push that down through the generations at Oil-Dri, through my son and through Steve, and bring the family into the company as well.
You have many three-generation families that are at Oil-Dri, and I think they have a higher sense of purpose then. They're carrying on what their father did, and it may not be running the whole company. It may be running a plant. It may be running a division. Hey, it may be running the mailroom for all that matters. They're carrying on the family tradition. And so contrary to saying nepotism is something that's bad or is something that shouldn't happen in the workplace, we promote nepotism. Nepotism works.
This is a wonderful company. It's a wonderful opportunity. It is a company that cares about its people and challenges its people. I know we're a public company. It doesn't feel like a public company. It does feel like a family company, and I feel like part of the family.
Family transfers over into the company. You know, it's like a family environment. You know, it's not only like me and my mother can, but the atmosphere they have at home, it transfers over into the company because the company is really a family company.
It is like a large family. You get to know the people's spouses and their children. I've watched a lot of them grow up. I've watched the Jaffe children grow up.
The story that I love to tell is that, I don't know, 20 years or so ago, we got a new office manager, and he decided that it was a good idea to write a policy manual. And he said to me, I've written this policy manual, and I'd like to review it with you. I come upon the page that says, a policy regarding nepotism. It shall be the policy of the company not to hire relatives of employees. I take this page, and I pull it out, and I squish it up, and I throw it in the corner. We were in a sort of a private club where I could do this. The guy kind of looks at me, and he says, you know, why'd you do that? And I says, you know, pal, you are not real observant. I said, this company's been built on family, and my plans are that we're going to continue to build it on family.
Dick Jaffe's family business sense can be traced back to his grandfather, Alex, and the scrapyard he owned in Platteville, Wisconsin.
The little kid standing next to him is my father, who at that time was about 11 years old.
Jaffe's father, Nick, actually founded the Oil-Dri Corporation.
He was a manufacturer's agent selling automobile parts and accessories to what I would classify the Walmarts of his day. He was looking for a material that he could sell to factories that would be made from something that was non-strategic and then yet would be helpful to the war effort. Somebody said to him, geez, if you could take the oil off the floor. They were using sawdust, which was not a good absorbent, and it was flammable, and it was slippery and so forth. You could figure out a way to take the oil off the floor. That would really be something that he would buy. And so he ordered up 10 tons of this clay. So he came home, and he threw a couple of sacks of this stuff in the back end of his car, and he took Bob and me with him. And we drove to a Sears Roebuck store. They had a grease pit. And he said to the guy, he says, look, if I can clean up that grease down there, would you buy this stuff for me? And the guy says, well, let me see what you can do. So he jumps in the grease pit. Now, you remember my dad at this time is 35 years of age. I'm 5. My brother is 7. And he tears open this 100-pound burlap sack, and he spills this granular material on the floor, and he gets a broom out. And sure enough, he cleans up the grease pit, and he shovels the stuff up. And the guy is impressed, and he bought, as I understand it, a couple 100 pounds of them. And well, that was the start of the business.
Oil-Dri has been headquartered in Chicago since it was founded in 1941. From a single product, Oil-Dri, the Jaffes have expanded the line to more than 350 industrial and household absorbents. The most commonly known is Cat's Pride, a brand name cat litter.
In comes Karen about the renegotiation of the stop loss.
Surrounded by his own family, Dick Jaffe finds satisfaction in passing the reins of the company to the next generation.
Come August the 1st, Danny is going to become a president and chief operating officer of the business.
The first era of Oil-Dri was my grandpa Nick, which was the genesis of the business. He and I both say we don't know how he did that. How did he start businesses from scratch? I mean, that's something that neither he nor I can fathom. And then there was the era of my father, which has been going on now for 35 some odd years, which has been the era of vertical integration, manufacturing, and growth, and becoming a public company. He took over, we had less than $1 million in sales. Now we're we're approaching 150 million now. And so that's that era. I'm hoping my era will be the era of sales and marketing and brand development, and the $1 billion era, that we will become a Fortune 500 company.
It has to do with dreams. The business inevitably will take on the characteristics of the family's values and principles. A family has that precious opportunity to share their dreams and their principles and to act on those principles. It gives them a competitive edge. It gives them a winning opportunity. And everyone likes to win. And family businesses have a unique opportunity to do just that.
Beyond success, the joy of discovery, daily achievement, and love of family are the sources of motivation and excitement for Jaffe.
And the knowledge base that we're developing about the use of these clay minerals in many, many rather exotic and highly technical applications is just very exciting to me. In fact, one thing that I really worry about is that I won't be around long enough to see much of that to come into fruition. Seeing my grandchildren running around the halls here and thinking about the possibility that they and hopefully their children may have some opportunity to be involved here is very thrilling to me.